WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American in Germany tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. Today's a bourbon. Today it's from Texas. Yeehaw! Witherspoon, Texas, straight bourbon whiskey. Whiskey base number 132016 from Louisville, Texas. Since 2001, Quentin Witherspoon, an ex-Marine who learned in Africa during his deployment to make clear and clean water and to make brandy out of anything, came back to Texas and decided, hey, let's start making whiskey. So, his normal Witherspoon Texas straight bourbon whiskey is a 100 proof, 50% mix. This is a 53% special limited edition from 2017. You have the sherry or the port. I have a sherry sample over here. Look at this color. This is Texas whiskey. This is amazing. This is what happens when you have 100 plus degree summers and the casks are baking there. So 75% corn, the rest is either rye or barley. I, as a whiskey geek, would have loved to know it's 12% rye, 13% barley, or whatever. Maybe it's 10, maybe it's 5, who knows? It's a high corn whiskey. All right, so the transparency here is not great. So sorry, Quentin. It's difficult to find the information that I, as a transparent, loving whiskey geek, would like to have. If you type in Witherspoon, Texas whiskey, you automatically get Reese Witherspoon holding a book, a glass on a book, and so on. It took a little bit to find you. So what I did, first of all, is I thought about Texas whiskey. And I found this bottle. I love this bottle. This is from Texkelo. And interesting enough, about a year ago, I did a video about this in German and in English. And then Chris Roberts contacted me. Chris Robert is actually part of the Texas whiskey scene. He's actually the second oldest distiller blender in Texas, according to his own words. And he started 14 years ago making liquors and eventually launching Republic Whiskey. Da-da-da! Now, the bottle was a no-brainer. He said after we bought Tom Knowles Tequila Company 4 years ago and made it part of his portfolio. Unfortunately, last year they merged with Dipping Springs Vodka Distillery, and sadly they decided to discontinue the Texas-shaped bottle. He has a few new blends and so on that might or may not see the market. And he actually offered to send me something over here to Germany. It's amazing how great the Texas whiskey community is. Thank you very much. Not just Crowded Barrel with Daniel and with I forgot the other guy. Rex. Sorry, Rex. But also everyone else out there. Then I decided this is 40%. This is 54%. No. So I'm going to bring out the big guns. Unfortunately, I don't know what happened. I lost my R. It just dropped. I have it over there someplace. But this is Iron Root. Harbinger. I got this in an auction over here in Europe. Difficult to get. I paid like $100 for this bottle. And this is clocking in. This is the 2017 edition at 59.25 or 118.5 proof. So I think this is a worthy competitor here for our Witherspoon. The only problem is this had a nice sherry finish and this didn't. So let's compare the two. Oh, that sherry really pops out. Vanilla, pecan, tobacco leaves, leather, and wood. Over here. It's really weird. I get a deep, dark grape jelly, and then I get wood. I'm talking an oak, old oak. And that's about it. I get a nice earthy, grounded type of taste here, as if the grapes had fallen on the ground and you didn't actually wipe off the dirt, but you just kept crushing them and made that jelly or that marmalade continued on there. An interesting nose. I really like both of these. These are like nothing I've ever had ever before from Scotland, and they're definitely not like anything I've ever had from Kentucky before. And yet they are absolutely first-class whiskeys in their own rights. Cheers. Now the 53%, they're there. No discussing that, and no talking about that any further. But what is really great is this sherry moment. The fruity red notes surrounded here by the, I'm going to go for teak wood. I'm going to go for, even though it's poisonous, I'm going to go for that silicon in there is just not good for you, and a few other components. I'm going to go for that tobacco. I'm going to go for that pecan, almost like a concentrated moment here. Very, very good. It's a long-lasting finish. Over here, our Iron Root Harbinger. Even though this is a couple percentage points higher, it tastes sweeter, softer, rounder, less ABV actually. If you said this is 48, 52%, if you would say this is bottle and bond, 100%, 100 proof, I would have went, yep. Are you sure? Okay, good, yep. Well, this is amazing for its 118 proof. This is so smooth. I still get the deep, dark grape jelly moment. I still get a lot of that wood, even a sawdust type of moment. And I get a little bit of the pecan and so on. But it's much, much more brown, tasting, earthy notes. Over here, it's a red, fruity type of moment. Which one do I prefer? I prefer the Witherspoon Texas Straight bourbon. For a straight bourbon, I would expect to see, if it's 2 years or under 4 years, you need to put the age on the label. I don't have the bottle myself, but on the pictures I have from the bottle from my friend that owns this and bought this and did the bottle share over here, there was no age on it. Maybe I'm blind. Maybe he didn't take the pictures correctly. And also calling a straight bourbon something that has sherry finish. I'm not really sure if the bourbon fan club will really appreciate that. Yeah, it's like an Angel Envy's. It's Texas straight bourbon whiskey finished in sherry, and so be very careful about the labeling there, my friends. All right, I'm going to give this over here a B minus, and I'm going to give this over here a B minus minus for value for money. This is $40 in Texas. This is actually an excellent whiskey. I would give this actually a B minus if I was if I could buy that in the States. Over here with the Iron Root, we're a little bit more expensive, a good 10 euros more, or $10 more at least. But to be very honest, the bottle is much cooler. This is a fantastic bottle with that R. As I said, it fell off with that. Look at this. I mean, it's copper toned. It's plastic, but still, it's a beautiful, beautiful bottle. Look at the depth of the glass down here and the labeling and everything. Wow! Over here, this is elegant, nice, and a little bit spiffy. This over here, I have the feeling it's a little bit too much of a California type of. Look at me, I'm glittery. My personal opinion here. All right, both excellent whiskeys, both wonderful, wonderful representatives of their species. Texas whiskey, Texas bourbon. Now, my question of the day is, what other different Texas distilleries do you know? We have Iron Root, we have Witherspoon, we have Garrison Brothers, we have Balcones, we have Crowded Barrel with Daniel and Rex, and we have... What other distilleries do you know of in Texas? I'm sure my friends from the Texas Bourbon Trail are going to go boom, 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 boom. Please do. Feel free to enlighten us all, because there's much, much, much education that still needs to be done to explain to people bourbon is not just made in Kentucky, but they make excellent, wonderful bourbon also in Texas. Whiskey Jason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American in Germany, tasting rare, Witherspoon, Texas bourbon, and exotic. Maybe Iron Root is not so exotic where you come from, but over here in Europe, it's unbelievable. I've seen one bottle in all the auctions and I bought it. All right, thank you very much. Like, subscribe, tell others about this interesting channel. I taste stuff you might never ever see. All right, very, very good. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I publish my videos. Thank you for watching. All the best. Bye-bye.